so kind of you to invite me to this wonderful event in this great state of Hawaii. Oh wait, that's in 2 years, right? Yeah. When President Rolando and my friend Corey called me and asked me to speak, they told me, yes, it's great, we go around the country and Hawaii's next. And I thought they meant this one. But it's great to be in Detroit with you. I want to thank all the veterans out there. 25% of our letter carriers are United States veterans. Thank you for your service to our nation. I also was escorted by some great women and men, letter carriers from my home district of Brooklyn and Staten Island. They are smiling right now because I just finished a primary on June 26th, and they were carrying about 8 pieces of my literature every single day, and their bags have gotten so much lighter since my primary is over. Thank you. I want to recognize some of these great people who I have so much respect for. Our New York State Association of Letter Carriers President, George Mangold, our business agent, Larry Cirilli, our letter carrier congressional liaison, Ed Pinero, back home in Brooklyn and Staten Island, our branch presidents, John Murphy and Richie Ray. I want to thank you for your leadership in this great organization and the people that you represent, and how grateful we are for what you do for us every day. So let me just take a few moments to tell you why this lone Republican from New York City is so passionate about our letter carriers. I come from a union household. We're the rarities in Congress, by the way, pro-union Republicans. But I come, yes, thank you. But I learned early on in my life the importance of unionized labor and how good it is for workers and for families. My father was a longshoreman. The benefits that my family have received because of the ILA, the safety precautions that were given to longshoremen because of their union's advocacy, the compensation for the hard work my father did for 40 years was all based on people like yourselves, people representing hardworking Americans who only want an opportunity to provide for their families. Another reason is, as your president said before I took stage, I was a prosecutor for 20 years before I came to Congress. Somebody said, uh-oh, the statute of limitations has run out, you're fine. And as a prosecutor, when we needed information about a particular neighborhood, we didn't go to the local beat cop, we didn't go to the firefighter, and I love both of those public servants. We went to the letter carrier. The letter carrier knew that neighborhood, knew that route better than anyone else. You were a great source to us, and we always protected your identity. The other reason I'm such a passionate advocate for letter carriers is back home in Staten Island, we have a veteran letter carrier of 13 years. Her name is Lisa Sweeney. Lisa was on vacation, but she had that same route for 13 years. When she came back to work, she noticed that one of the people that she services, an older woman named Marie Boyer, her garbage was still out on the curb. She hadn't picked up her mail. Her newspapers were piling up on her doorstep. And Lisa knew something was wrong, because Miss Boyer always picked up her newspapers, always picked out her mail out of her box, and always took her garbage cans back in. Lisa called 911 and waited there till they arrived. Miss Boyer had been laying on the floor of her home for 4 days. She was alive. She's alive today because of Lisa Sweeney. Lisa's a very humble letter carrier. When I brought her into my congressional office to honor her, she was embarrassed. But the friendship that's now developed between her and Ms. Boyer is everlasting. And that's the story of hundreds of thousands of letter carriers throughout our nation. Lisa is just one example of all of you. So I've told you why I'm passionate about you. But what could Congress do for you to show our appreciation? We will make sure that we maintain that 6-day delivery service. And we'll make sure we retain it as a door service, not a cluster box service. If there was cluster box service at Ms. Boyer's house, she would not be with us today. And let me just ask one question before I conclude. How do you guys feel about this privatization thing? Hey, you know what? So do I. We are a grateful nation for your service to our community. You are an important asset to our well-being. Our nation is grateful, and so is Dan Donovan. Thank you very much.